Yeah.
So that sense of the crampy hunger feel almost totally eradicated with the use of the minerals during the fasting.
So let's talk about a 3-day water fast because
Yeah.
we're going to have a lot of fasters.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then we do in our Reset Academy and just our world in general in January, we do a lot of fasting. So I'm wondering, could we come up with a 3-day water fast protocol with your minerals right here and right now? And then I'm
Mhm.
wondering if we can even come up with a fasting drink, like maybe muddling. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting you on the spot here, but I'm thinking we would muddle
Mhm.
some ginger and
Mhm.
maybe squeeze some lemon and then maybe some sprigs of mint and some slices of
Exactly.
cucumber. And
Exactly.
you're using the electrolyze during in your fasted state. That wouldn't pull you out of a fast.
No. And that's the beautiful thing about both microboost and electrolyze is that they don't pull you out of your fast. So I've had many people who regularly do water fasts, like every 4 months or 3 months or something. They do a 3 and sometimes a 5 day water fast, which and I'm sure you work with people around water fasts, and it's a serious business. It's not just something
Yes.
you do, you know. So it's
Yeah.
important, and I cannot think of any better support for a system that is doing a water fast than fulvic and humic minerals. Absolutely
Agreed.
nothing better because and particularly the liquids. The beautiful thing about these liquids, again, being that they require no digestion, they will not break a fast, and they're just supporting all that autophagy process that's happening in your body, all of that detoxification, all of that, all of those repairing processes are supported both in your brain and in your liver and your kidneys and all your other organs. So, when you go into, and you can of course speak into the science behind the water fast and what happens in the body, but all of those biosynthesis processes require energy. And
Mm.
if you're drinking water and you're drinking filtered water that has no minerals, you're not giving your body that fundamental cellular fuel that is
Mm.
necessary. So,
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
so is there like my sense, we used to do this in my clinic all the time because it made a 3-day water fast more fun. And two patients of mine actually came up with this, so I have to give them credit for it. But they were in the middle of a 3-day water fast and they would text each other at certain times during the day and they would say, "I'm having my snack right now." And I put snack in air quotes, and they had different drinks like mineral water drinks and things like that. I'm wondering if going into a 3-day water fast, if you could do the electrolyze like maybe a couple of ounces a day, and like maybe there's an increase in it and we put it in a drink, in this drink we're talking about.
So I'm going to tell you if you're doing a 3 day water fast, there is no reason that you couldn't have 3 ounces of
Right.
electrolyze every day.
Yes.
Okay, so the beautiful thing about the fulvic, so remember that it has the natural ratios of minerals in your body. So it's providing all of the minerals more in the proper ratios. So you're not
Yep.
creating imbalance by taking more. If you just took more pills of, potassium or magnesium or something, that would be exacerbating the imbalance. In this case,
Right.
you're actually supporting the balance, the overall balance. And the body easily eliminates what it doesn't need. It doesn't create that kind of concentration. I would say toxic, but that's a strong word. It doesn't create that concentration load that a single mineral or electrolyte would cause.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
I'm again, we're creating the protocol right here and now. So
Mhm.
I'm going to say 3 different times, like you would maybe do it first thing in the morning, you would do it at
Mhm.
noon as your lunch,
Mhm.
and then 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then at night before you go to bed, would you do the microboost?
Yes, exactly what I was going to say. Yes, and then
Okay.
at night before you go to bed, do the micro boost because now when you're sleeping, your autonomic system is just going to be doing all of that detoxification work. And again, so during the day, because the fulvic has this ability to cross the cell barrier, so it's
Mm.
carrying nutrients in and biowaste and toxins out, dumping those in the bloodstream. Now you're going to give it that humic, which is then going to continue that, remove it totally from your body.
I know this is a larger discussion, and again, we'll bring you back on to talk about it. But one of the things that we have seen with fasting is that when you become hungry, it's not actually your human cells that are hungry, it's your microbes that are hungry. And the microbes have such a way about controlling our cravings and our hunger. If we
Mhm.
follow this protocol of 3 times a day of electrolytes during a water fast, I'm wondering if it will pacify the microbes and feed the microbes so they stop sending hunger signals. What's your sense on that?
Well, again, from the people that I've known who've done the water fast, it's absolutely been the effect.
Yeah.
So that sense of the crampy hunger feel has been almost totally eradicated with the use of the minerals during the fasting.
Okay, check this out. I have a free fasting guide for you all. It's free. And it's going to teach you all the basics of fasting. It's going to teach you how to kill hunger when you fast, which is really cool. And it's going to show you how to break your fast, among many other things. All you got to do is click on this link right here and enjoy.
Do minerals act like a prebiotic yeah,
Exactly. So, and the thing we have to realize is, first of all, they do a couple different things. They create a beneficial environment for the positive microbiome elements, okay, all
right,
because there's so many, yeah. And so first of all, they create that beneficial environment, but they're also create a non-beneficial environment for bacteria, for viruses, and then the humic is going to be constantly cleaning up and chemically bonding with those both toxic substances, whether it's the heavy metals or the bio waste or the glyphosate or the nanoplastics or those things that create the oxidative stress in your body.
right,
So
right.
so it's so important.
Ah,
But they're just think about, it's like giving your body a leg up because you're asking a lot of it when you're going from,
agreed.
straight from eating into a 3-day water fast. You really want to give it all of the tools, the kind of the extra tools that it needs to support all those beneficial processes.
Yeah, I always feel like when you go into a longer fast, and to me, a longer fast is anything over 24 hours, the message you're giving your body is a message of, I trust you. I honor the wisdom in you.
Mhm.
I know that you know how to repair better than I know, better than any doctor I've ever gone, any doctor's office I've stepped into. So it's really this beautiful honoring of our ecosystem. And in that, what I think you're doing by adding these minerals in is you're saying, and I know you're going to be doing all this healing for the next 3 days. So I'm going to give you the nutrients that you need to do the job that you do so well. I am
Mhm.
going to give you the tools so that you can do your job at its best.
Mhm.
That's how I would see what you just said.
I love that. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna join the water fast.
Yeah, right. You should. You should. And it's
I'm
so fun
going
to
to.
it's really fun to do in community because you are energetically leaning into people around the world. We literally had 100,000 people last January, and I led a call every night. It was beautiful. It was really a way to see how small the world can be and how we don't need to constantly rely on outside sources to heal us. We have the power to heal ourselves, which is amazing.
I can't
So
wait to do that, Mindy. That's amazing. I'm definitely gonna join.
beautiful. And what we're going to do is let's write up this recipe for
Mhm.
a fasted drink with, ginger and
We'll do
lemon
that.
and mint and anything else you would think that would go in there so that people will have that for the fast. And I always tell people, put it in a wine glass, put it in a cocktail drink, like make it because now your brain is like, oh my God, it's noon and I get that really cool drink. As opposed to when you don't do that, your brain is like, oh God, I got 3 more days of this. Like, it's just so hard to like wrap itself around. So
So
well,
cool.
this is amazing. Every time I talk to you, I feel like I just want more.
With
And I
you.
really, thank you. I agree. I'm such a fan of Beam, and I proselytize it everywhere I go because it is so in alignment with the way I look at the body. And so just thank you for I don't know how you discovered that product. I don't know if you were digging a hole in the ground and you found that there were some minerals down there, but hallelujah for you all and what you're doing. So thank you for all that.
You want to dive into autophagy more? I have a great video called The Best Way to Extend a Fast and Boost Autophagy. So go check out that video. Once you click into this fasted state, somewhere in between 8 to 12 hours, now the trick is, how do we stay there longer?